Hi everyone, this is Heather with the Blue Earth County Historical Society, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. This was one of my first kind of submitted craft ideas. This friend of mine shared this on Facebook and said, hey, have you ever made these? And I looked at them and went, okay, these seem pretty easy to make. And they've garnered a couple comments from other friends. And it's perfect for Minnesota. We are going to be making giant snowflakes, or snowflakes in general. This one just turned out to be giant. I used 6 by 6 inch paper to make these. And it, took a moment to make sure that I was cutting things the right way here. These though, once I got the hang of it, were super easy to make. So if you need a little bit more snow in your life, or just something to pass the time, let me show you how easy it is to make these snowflakes. To make these, you will need 6 square pieces of paper. If you don't have square pieces of paper, you can take a regular sheet, cut it in half. This does not have to be origami paper for this one here. You are also going to need a scissors, tape, but I wonder if glue would work just as well. I use tape, and that's how I'm gonna do it again. And a stapler. Let me show you how easy these are to make, and they're lots of fun. Like, you could definitely punch a hole here and hang this from the ceiling and have some fun decorations around. Or you could grab where it's stapled together and maybe staple it together with another. But these are super fun and easy to make. Let me show you how to make them. Okay, so we have our supplies here to make our giant snowflake. So again, this started off with squares this big. You can make yours however big you want. I was considering going with a smaller piece of paper, but I realized it might get kind of hard to fold the initial fold. So let me show you how to make it with a 6 by 6 paper, and you decide if you want to make these bigger. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take one sheet of paper and we're going to fold it into a triangle. And now for this one, it is going to be kind of important to make sure that they stay nice and straight and even around. If they don't, it's okay, but just try to make sure that they're as straight as can be. We are then going to fold this in half. Now, I'd like you to learn from my mistake here. So you'll see you've got the edge that opens up here that you can go into. You've got the folded edge, and you've got an absolute fold edge. So we're going to be cutting towards this absolute fold edge along the edge that's double folded. Now, this is really important. I screwed up one of mine here by not doing that, and it doesn't fold right. So we're going to make sure that we are cutting along the double edge here, not the completely open double edge here. So with our scissors, if you would like to be precise, you can definitely go measure this if you want. You're going to be cutting toward the full edge along the edge that's double folded, not the open one. So you can definitely measure this out if you want. You do not have to, but we are just going to cut strips into the middle here. Most of the way down, we're going to do 2 more. And you want these to be about even here. All right, so we've got our 3 cuts in there. We've got our 4 pieces here. We are then going to open this back up. And if you cut it correctly, they should kind of have these diamond shapes on it here. They should not be kind of willy-nilly open. All right, so I'm going to start with it so it looks like it kind of curves in, and we're going to take your innermost cuts here. And this is where you're going to want your tape handy. And we are going to place these together here, and then I am taking the smallest piece of tape. That might be too big, so I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see if I can grab it here. And we're going to tape this together. Just like so. So we've got one roll. We're going to flip this over and go the opposite direction for this one. And I've got my little piece of tape here. We're then going to flip it back over to our original side and put those two ends together. Small piece of tape. It's not like it caught up on my fingernail there. Small piece of tape on there. We're gonna flip it back over and we're gonna complete this. So when you are done with your first sheet of paper, it should look very similar to this. You're gonna every other direction here, folding them out, cylindrical. We're gonna repeat this 5 more times here. So I'm gonna do one more here, talking you through it, and then I will speed it up here. If you get lost, like I did, and I got lost several times making this one here, please rewind the video a little bit and go back to the steps here. So again, we are going to fold this into a triangle, trying to stay as close as we can to the edges. We're going to fold it in half. And then on the double fold, not the open side, cutting toward the complete full side, we are going to cut 3 strips in. Again, you can measure these if you want, or just cut as close as you can to same size ones. We're going to cut in to the same point. We are going to open this up. It should look like this again. And then starting in the middle, we're going to roll them in together. And again, this is where glue might be okay, or little glue dots versus tape, especially if you're just trying to get small little pieces off like I am here. Our first one, we'll flip it over, connect these here. Back over, and just alternating sides here for which way you're going. If you're extremely skilled, which you may be, you might be able to do the 2 sides on one and then flip it over. This is just what works best for me. I don't recommend it. This way you're staying certain that you're going the right direction here for them. Yeah, every other one. So again, this is what it'll look like when it's done. We're going to continue this for 4 more. I'm going to speed up the video at this point, but please, if you need a couple more steps here, please rewind just a little bit and see what I was doing if you need it. All right, now that you have completed your 6 different petals here, what you're gonna wanna do, there's gonna be a slight bend to these, so you're gonna wanna keep them together that way. I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna keep it so that the dip is down, and we're just gonna stack these up nicely. You're gonna wanna make sure they are all lined up at the edge here, and I found holding it down a little bit lower keeps them together a little bit better here. But we're gonna just do one over the top of each other here. And it will get to be a bit much here, just for a moment. And once we've got all 6 of them here together, nice and close here, holding them tight, making sure they're lined up, we're gonna grab our stapler and staple them together. And that's it. You have created your lovely snowflake here. Might be as big as mine, it might be bigger. These are fun, festive. You can make them in whatever colors you want. I just did a solid color here for the entire thing, but if you wanted to alternate colors, different color for each one, go ahead. You make this however you want to make your giant snowflake. The nice thing about this snowflake is pretty recyclable, and you can get rid of it a lot easier than the snow outside if you're sick of that already. Hopefully you had fun making these with me today. If you have any suggestions too of things you would like to see, definitely let me know. You can either make a comment here on Facebook, share a video with us here on Facebook, send me an email, however you'd like to be in contact, and go, hey, have you ever tried this? And we'll see how easy or hard or time consuming they are to make, and you might see them featured here in the future. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.